again, I'm so incredibly excited to share Leslie with you. Leslie is here. We are going to do, this might be my very favorite episode because I have wanted a water feature on my back porch since we bought the house. And I thought it was impossible until I met Leslie. And she's like, are you kidding? We can do that in no time at all. So the exciting thing was I already had one of the pieces because all she needed were 2 pots. And when we bought the property, this metal, it's like a witch's brew kind of pot. It's huge, but it had big cracks in it. And I used it to plant flowers in. And she's like, no, let's use that. So tell me what we did, because again, it had big cracks in it.
It did. So water features are one of my absolute favorite things to make. So I'm super excited to be here to do this. So what we did is we took something called waterfall foam, which we have over here, and we sprayed it in the cracks and we let it sit for 24 hours to cure. So
that's this big foam.
That's this big foam. So what that does is you can see it. It goes through. I'm just going to turn this so you can see. It goes through and fills the cracks. Yeah. And that's it to make it watertight. Yeah. So we're going to scrape off the excess because it doesn't really look the prettiest. And then we're going to get going.
Get going. All right. So what things first of all, before we scrape it off, what did we need?
So what we needed was the waterfall foam to fix the crack in the pot. I'm using a secondary pot to go under to lift our main pot up. So we wanted the pretty pot to be up top. So the kind of fountain we're going for is a tiered look. So we're going to have this big pot sitting in this. The water's going to come up through this pump, which we needed, this tubing, which we needed, and come out and make a little bell fountain, which is another piece we needed, and then drip over the side.
Okay.
And it's just going to make the perfect amount of noise for Ruth because that's what she wanted.
That's what I wanted, was the noise. And here's what I love. You don't have to keep refilling it. It uses the same water the whole time. So, okay, walk us through this. How do we cut this off?
So what we're going to do is I'm honestly just going to take scissors.
Okay.
You don't want to cut too much off because you don't want to pull it because that'll pull what you had filled, if that makes sense. So we're just going to go and literally cut through this. So I'm just cutting behind it, and then it's going to come off in clumps like that.
Yeah, it's literally like foam.
Yeah. But I build koi ponds. And this is what you use when you're going behind a waterfall to make sure that the water's not leaking out. Here we go. Have a little piece.
I went and saw her koi pond at home at her house, and I mean, huge koi.
Absolutely. I've had some for 10 years. So we want to make sure we're leaving the seal. So we have a little seal break, but that's okay because we have something to help with that too.
What I love is she said anyone can do this. All you need are 2 pots.
Anybody. Anybody can do it. So the next thing we're going to do is get it into place because if we built this here and then try to move it into place, it'd be kind of heavy. So
we predetermined we wanted it kind of snug back in this little garden area.
So we're going to rotate this side forward. Other side that way a little bit, and then we're gonna just bring it gently back. There we go. And I kind of want that like this little bit at an angle. I just want to make sure you're not seeing too much. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our prop pot.
Okay.
So our prop pot is this one right here. I kind of just picked one that was going to be a similar color. That way it would be kind of hidden. And then we're going to put it in the bottom like this.
Upside down.
Upside down. Now, we just kind of want to make sure that this stays level.
Okay.
So we have some of these rocks to place underneath. So now that you have your prop pot and your regular pot, we're going to put the next pot in.
And you don't have to put any of these in them yet.
Nope. So we are going to go ahead and use the prop pot for that instead.
Okay.
So this pot has a hole right here.
And what I learned yesterday is all these big pots either have the hole on the bottom or on the side.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to gently turn this.
Okay.
So it's just sitting nicely on the prop pot. And then I'm gonna have you tuck some more stones under this guy so he stays upright.
Like in the front?
In the front and the back if you don't wanna see them. All right, here we go. Just wanna make sure it's not too precarious. Oh, nice.
I just need to move.
All right, so the next step that we're gonna do is I bought this pump on Amazon.
And what would people look at?
You're just gonna look up just a water feature pump. I tried to make sure one had enough head pressure that it was really gonna be making a lot of noise because I know that's what really mattered to you.
Well, I just wanted to hear water, like you're living near a stream.
So we did a 450 gallons per hour pump because we're gonna have to pump that water up this skinny tube and have it come out.
Okay.
So it comes with all of these fittings and you just place a barb into this and screw it in. Then you're gonna take your pipe and then you're gonna take this and you're gonna wiggle it on. So usually you need to get a little bit of pressure going and you want it to be tight. So I just kind of wiggle it back and forth so it goes over the barb. See?
See, it's completely attached.
Now, if you have a hose
Yep.
that's a teeny bit too big, you can use a ring clamp,
Okay.
which is something that you would put on here. It'd be a little metal ring, and then you would just tighten it.
Okay, I know
so it would
exactly what you're
tighten around.
talking about.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's better to have less pieces going. So we've got this. We've got this.
Yep.
We're going to take this, and we're going to stick it in the big pot.
Where's the hole?
We're going to run the tube up the hole,
Okay, which is over here.
which is over there.
How far do I put it in?
I'm going to put it all the way in.
Like this.
Yeah, keep going. All right, so we want to make sure that the hose isn't kinked at all.
Okay.
So over here, you can see this is sitting towards the bottom.
That's
and that hose,
the green thing.
the pump
Yep.
is sitting towards the bottom. The hose is coming up and it's not bent anywhere. That's what we
Right.
mean by kink.
Okay.
So you see we've got some excess.
Right.
Too much hose is better than too little
Okay.
hose. Absolutely. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around the hose with some Gorilla tape. So that's going to create a little bit of a seal
Okay.
that will hold the water tight. And Gorilla Tape is waterproof, but it is not fish safe. So if you're working with a koi pond, honestly, goldfish can live through anything. But if you wanted to put some more tender fish in here, you wouldn't want to use this product. They do make, Firestone makes the same product, which you can use. That's fish safe.
So you're doing that one.
Yeah, so we're gonna just peel the backing off like this, and we're gonna go around the hose.
Okay. On the inside or outside?
So we're gonna do it on the inside.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we put it around the hose initially, then we're gonna wiggle it till it makes kind of a taut seal, and then I'm gonna go around the outside and press it on. So there we go. Now water won't escape that way.
Okay.
The next thing we're gonna do is gonna fill this guy
With rock.
with rock. The reason we're gonna do that is so this stays in place.
Okay.
It'll also help this become a little more stable.
Okay.
So usually we're gonna give this a little rinse because it's a little dirty.
It's really dirty compared to the other bags.
I know.
So these are just pea pebbles that we got at Home Depot,
Yeah.
I think. I think Bob picked those up last
And one of the best ways to clean a bag is to create a hole at the top. Take
I
something,
was wondering how you were
stab
going
a
to do
few
this.
holes down there,
Oh, that's brilliant.
and then the muddy water will just come out. All right, and I had Bob get the
The one that looks
The tan
natural.
one.
Yeah.
right, now these ones are much cleaner, so we should be good.
Especially on the left.
Yeah.
Now, can any kind of pots work in this?
Any kind of pot that has a hole.
Okay.
So you want to make sure your bottom one does not have a hole. If it does have a hole,
You're gonna
use the foam, use
But this
the
pot
tape.
just needs a hole.
That pot needs a hole.
And we had kind of gone back and forth. Do we want this pot leaning over it so it was more like a waterfall into this?
Yeah.
And I think we opted, obviously we opted for this.
All right.
Got it?
Yeah.
When I went to visit Leslie at her home, and what is it that it's called that you're creating?
Arboretum.
An arboretum. She's creating an arboretum all over her property. And she's received national awards for some of her gardens. And she had a number of water features. So it was fun to see things finish.
So a funny story about that is that when I was about 10 years old, I asked my mom if I could build a water feature. She said, sure. She handed me a shovel. I went out, I dug all day, all night, and got a 3-foot by 3-foot hole.
Did you really?
I come out the next day and she planted a tree in it.
Did she really?
She did, because she thought I'd be over it in one day.
One day.
So then, many years later, when I was 25, I decided I was going to build a pond. And nobody believed that I was going to actually do it. And that koi pond that is on my property, I dug by hand in 3 days.
And it's got, you know, layers and layers of beautiful stone. It's gorgeous. When her husband was here yesterday, he gave me her nickname. He said her nickname is Lofty Leslie because there is nothing she isn't willing to try.
Lofty go Leslie, absolutely. All right.
All right.
The next piece we're going to put in is your bell fountain.
Is the bell fountain. Okay.
Now, one of the reasons I love to use this is because you can pull it out or push it in, and that will create the fountain
How
shape,
big? Okay.
which therefore will help you with what noise you get to hear. So we're going to go in and see. We kind of want it to be here. So I'm going to just take some rock away from the top. We're going to go in and give it a cut. I'm going to go a little higher just because. There we go. We're going to stick this in there. And now we can push this down through the pipe. But let's see what it does here. And then when we find a spot that we like, we'll just put a little Gorilla Tape around it.
Okay. Do you want me plugging anything in yet?
So first we have to fill it.
Okay.
So you want to fill it with water because you don't want your pump to dry run because
okay.
that'll run the motor out.
Where do you want me to put the water?
So the water is going to go actually in the bottom because then it's going to come up through here.
Okay.
And that will help stabilize the bottom as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, even though it's a little muddy water,
Yep.
a little bit, the sediment will fall.
The sediment will fall.
Okay.
And I'm going to suggest to you
Yeah.
a great product to use that basically will turn this whole thing into a filter.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, that should be good. And then we're going to fill this guy up.
Okay. All right, the water has reached the stones.
Perfect. So we have a little bit coming out of here, but it'll work, and then we're going to taper from the outside later. Okay. All right, so now that we have our wonderful muddy mess,
By the way, what filters it so it's clear?
so there's a product called Microbe Lift, which
Okay.
is a beneficial bacteria.
Okay.
So what that does is it's going to coat all of your stones with that bacteria that will cause everything to kind of settle out for you. Yep. But if you were having a party and you needed this to be clean now because you decided, like, something I've done is build a last minute fountain right before your wedding. And you need it to be clean. So actually you would take this out a little, spray it, and run the whole system through. And then do you want to do the honors of plugging it in?
I do. Where's the plug?
So the plug is right here.
Welcome to the summer series. Today we have a treat for you. I recently was at a wedding and they had this huge moss wall that everyone was photographing themselves in front of. And I mentioned it to my friend Leslie, who does all things horticultural. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And she was like, we can make a moss wall. I make them all the time. So that's what we are doing today. We're going to make a moss wall. And it can be done, again, it can be done for one of your kids' parties where they all take pictures in front of, or it can actually be hung somewhere in your home, and it just brings a little bit of the outdoors in. So tell us what we did and how someone can do this themselves.
So I do this all the time. It makes a really fun party workshop. So if you want to have all of your girlfriends over, let's say you're having a 50th birthday party for somebody and you all want to take something home, this is a great thing to do just to have a little more fun while you're doing your party thing. So I had an old frame that I had hanging around. This frame's really nice because it actually has little feet.
I've actually never seen a frame that had feet like that.
Isn't that cool? So I made this frame hanging around from an old job. I used to work as a clothing stylist, believe it or not. And this is from that store. So
and you actually brought a box and cut the box.
Yeah, so the frame didn't have a back, and that's okay. You can do it with any frame or any rectangular thing in your home.
Okay.
And I just took a box from a proofer that I had purchased for some sourdough making, and then I just cut the box and made the back.
Okay. So what do you need?
So to start off, you need some moss. So it's the core of the moss wall. You need a bunch of different mosses. So my rule on design is you need at least 3 different kinds of the thing you're using. So we have more than 3 different kinds. So we have mood moss, which is this really lovely plushy pillow. Isn't that nice?
That's different than any kind of moss I've seen.
That's just dried.
Okay.
Then we have feather or sheet moss, which is much thinner.
I think that's what I've used because you can get those at Can you get all of this at craft stores?
You can get all of this at craft stores.
Okay.
And then, so this is just dried, and then this is dyed version of the same thing. Okay. So it gives it just a little bit of difference in texture and color. So here is another version of feather moss. And then we have reindeer moss. So this is reindeer moss. This is something I love to use in all my moss walls. It has these cute little clumps, and this is the dyed, and then this is the natural.
That looks like something that would be in a aquarium.
Yeah, it does. It looks similar to those little moss balls.
Okay.
So then we were just outside, and we had
collected. She said, let's go out and get some lichen. I was like, where can I find lichen? And actually, I have a sycamore tree that is shedding.
Yes.
And we found all this bark with lichen all over it.
We did. So it's really lovely. And it's growing on all of these branches. It is one of my favorite touches to any of my moss walls. Just gives it that little natural element to it. And lichen's just a fascinating species in general with a symbiotic relationship within the core of the species. So then we have some shelf mushrooms that are dried.
And then again, you can get all of this at a Michael's.
At a Michael's.
Or any other place that, sells crafts.
And then we have, like Ruth was saying, some beautiful peeled bark pieces from her tree. And then I brought some bark from a tree as well.
Bark. Okay. Now, I was wondering how, I figured we were going to use a glue gun. I have my own glue gun, which is about this big. And she brings this commercial grade glue gun that you don't mess with.
Yes. You have the hobby glue gun. Here is the professional commercial glue gun.
So show us where we start and what we do.
First, you plug in your glue gun. Important thing. You want to make sure you have a bunch of sticks of glue. I don't think we're going to go through all of this, but Just
Will you
for
go through more
safety.
than one?
You will definitely go through more
Okay.
than one. Usually I say about 3 sticks, unless you're working with the minigun, and then the sticks
right.
are this big.
And by the way, she will show you a really cool little trick when we're partway through on how to do that. Okay,
absolutely.
go ahead.
So I just talked to Ruth about how she wants it in her home. We are going to be hanging it in the barn by this really cool chandelier that I made for her in a past episode. So we're going to have it going this way.
Vertically.
So this actually has a really cool hanging piece on the back anyways. So because this is all made from preserved moss, it's going to be super easy and light to hang. It also has these flaps on the bottom to hold it upright if she so wanted to put it on a table, or if you're doing a book signing, you can have
That's
this.
true.
You can have lettering on it that says
Hungry for home?
Hungry for Home.
Okay.
So I always like to kind of get a lay of the land, so to speak. So what I'm going to do, and I always like to set up my workshops like this so people can just kind of grab and play. So we're going to just take some moss and we're going to lay it around. I also brought a little piece of amaranth,
Very cool.
which is going to make it a little more 3D, and we'll go over that in a second.
Do you have any rule of thumb?
Yeah, so I never like to have the same moss next to each other. And I kind of always do like a little bit of a vein, just like your natural instinct was to do that. So this is actually a bunch of different clumps. So what we're going to do is we're going to just lay out. This is what gives it a little bit more of
Depth.
that depth.
Perception.
Yeah. So we're going to be coming in here and just making these little moments of these mosses going through.
Oh, I see. You're almost doing the same one, but making it a vein. Then you're going to divide it up with other kind. Got it.
So here we go. And I have a moss wall at my house behind my mirror in my bathroom that is uplit.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's really nice. And to be honest, I hot glued it directly to my wall. My husband left for a business trip. Within hours, that was done.
Why doesn't that surprise me? Do you want something right there in that hole?
Yeah, we can put something right there. There we go.
So you're not gluing it as you go. You're going to come back and glue it.
I'm going to come back and glue it. That way we
can see. Do you want to do that before you do anything?
Yeah, so we're going to see where this works. So I think that something that I love to do is play with the frame.
Okay.
So see how that's
it's on the outside of the frame.
It's on the outside of the frame.
Okay.
So that way it's bringing a little more of that dimension through. And then I'll actually take this piece of moss with this little tail and go up with that.
So you could actually...
Exactly. See, you're already a professional.
Already.
You're ready to go.
Ready to go.
We have all of this lovely bark too. So we're going to go around and kind of tuck in some of this in pieces. You can break this up, which is really nice. I'm going to spread this out.
Do you want this, what did you call this?
Reindeer moss.
Do you want that anywhere in particular?
So I like to do this in like little tufts.
So you'll wait for that.
So because this particular kind of reindeer moss is a little more delicate, we're going to go through at the end and kind of tuck
so
that
we'll
in.
wait on that.
So you want to make sure that you have everything covered.
Do you have something in particular you want to go up over?
Up over this?
Yeah.
That's where your sticks are going to come in.
Got it.
Yeah. So we can just keep going with all of these different kinds of moss. And see how I kind of like threw in this bright next to this dark?
Yes.
Even though it's all the same kind of moss, you're breaking it up a little bit just with the color. So right over here.
Wow. I mean, how much fun would your kids have doing this? This is another
This is
great
so
kid.
fun. Now, don't use the commercial grade glue guns for the
No.
kids because it will burn you.
What should we do with this hole here?
So we are going to play with bringing
That's cool.
a stick
Because you're
out.
also going to make it three-dimensional, like
Yep.
really far out.
So we're going to go like this, and then I'm actually going to take some of this moss and wrap it around the stick as well.
Oh,
so
that's cool. I think we did that on the chandelier.
we did. So you basically want it to look like a little bit of a forest floor that's hanging on your wall. So I kind of stick a bunch of different sticks in different angles like that. Perfect. So now, if we're happy with how this looks, which I think it looks really cute, what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture.
Okay.
Because
you're going to take it off and redo it?
We are going to use this as a reference. I actually take off bits and glue it under. But
okay. In case you forget.
Sometimes you forget. And it's the biggest thing I tell everybody to do when I'm doing workshops with people because they'll fall so in love with this.
Yes.
But nothing in nature is perfect.
No, and that's the nice thing is it can change.
So nice. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off our sticks.
Okay.
And we're going to start gluing. Now, like I said, this is a very serious glue gun. Just get this off the back.
How cool looking.
So I'm going to just take our top layers off a little bit. And I'm going to start by gluing our anchoring heaviest pieces down.
Okay.
So this piece is not only going to be getting glued underneath
You're going to glue it onto the frame.
But we're going to glue it onto the frame. So see how this comes out literally boiling?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So it's nice because
I don't think this will even touch.
It'll stay hot. But what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of moss I just took out, and then we're going to just tuck it back under. There we go.
And see the steam coming up.
See the steam coming up? Now we're going to hold it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can hold it if you need to start gluing something else.
I would. Except for it's so hot when you work in pairs, you don't want to be gluing while somebody else is holding.
Got it.
Now, if I was using her glue gun, we could definitely do that.
It did not steam. Mine does not steam.
Yes. So, but that's what kind of creates this crazy hold. Wiggle, wiggle, and we're good. So we held it for like 15 seconds. So then you're going to come up here and you're going to glue on these bigger sheets.
Do you glue the sheets or do you glue the...
So see how all this is being held together?
Yeah.
That's how it naturally is. So I'm going to come in and glue. Now, we're going to do my trick.
Okay, so this is the little trick she showed me. Heat that up.
Heat that up.
And it'll go in and it won't fall out. Because it falls out when I do mine.
And then that binds it together.
There you go.
And then you're good.
Okay.
So, but see, that's still boiling. We just touched it, or we didn't touch it. We just did it, and it's still hot enough. Now, you want to be careful because sometimes the glue can come out. And I have burned my hands. I can't even tell you how many times. We're going to make some fun succulent pumpkins for fall.
For around Halloween, we're going to do succulent pumpkins. And we have so many fun things planned for the fall.
We're going to use a special thing for succulent pumpkins because it's not a flat surface, which will protect our fingers from getting burned by this.
Do you need to put it in the corner and we shove it in there?
We can. We're literally going to just go around.
Oh, you're going to go in a circle.
We're just going around and we're gluing everything now, especially with the reindeer moss. Watch out. So you take your stick, which is another reason, and you hold it down with the stick.
On that. Got it.
So I'm going to come down here and start working down here because she's holding it with a stick. Now, you might have some crumbs that are in between the moss and the surface you're trying to glue on. So you just kind of want to sweep away those little moss crumbs, which I can show you right here. Here, see all that? Just sweep that away and you're good. Then add the glue.
Could you also do it on, like, you know, those big canvas boards?
You can do it on anything.
Anything.
You really can. I think people think that this is some great mystery,
No.
but it's not. Like I said, I did this onto my bathroom wall.
She literally did her bathroom wall, made it a living wall, and then put her mirror on it.
Yeah. Now, even though these are called living walls, it's funny because they're all
Stick one right there.
preserved. So, there you go. Just wash
Yeah,
your
I
fingers.
will.
You don't have to water this.
You don't even have to spray water it.
You don't do a single thing.
And it will stay looking
And it's
like
going to
this.
stay looking like this. Now, what you want to make sure you are doing is not putting it in sunlight because sun fades us all, including the moss. So
yes, as I'm learning.
you want to keep it out of the sun, or else all these beautiful deep rich greens will turn to not so pretty yellows and browns.
I mean, gosh, you could do, if you're hosting a dinner outside, you could hang these from a tree.
Absolutely.
And it just gives almost like it's a hanging picture
There's-
outside. There's so many fun things.
There's a different style I do with chicken wire as the backing, where I'll do air plants in it as well and branches so it looks see-through.
Oh, wow.
Because you can't see the chicken wire,
wire.
but you see all these plants and mosses coming out of it, and that's a really cool version of it too. Okay, so now
Scoot this
I'm
up.
gonna scooch that up, and I'm gonna put our little drippy drip down here to catch it so it doesn't hurt your beautiful kitchen. And I am going to just...
We almost did this in the barn today, but it's about 100 degrees.
It is, and we've had enough of 100-degree
I know.
weather in the barn. So I'm just gluing this into the corner. And it's okay if you see the glue right now because we're going to cover it. We're going to
That's
cover it
right.
with moss.
Yeah.
So everything, nothing in nature is perfect. And you can cover everything. Moss walls work in layers. So don't worry about it.
Is it?
So I'm just
connecting?
it'll connect in a second. We just have to hold it. But I wanted to put the glue gun down first.
And what's great is it's layered. You have the bark, then you have moss, then you have the stick. So it's on different layers.
So we're just going to go in and glue, glue, glue. You can't use too much glue. So then I'm just going to take this like cute piece of moss and lay it on top. Very delicately, gingerly. Perfect. So we're going to just continue our pattern. Now,
I can swap you so that you can start.
what was here? Oh no, we forgot.
We forgot. Where's the picture?
So that's why you have your picture. We're going to slightly deviate
From the original plan.
what we originally did, which happens every single time. So we did exactly what we had photographed, but we just want to change a few things. We're changing our mind. We're seeing how the materials are working and holding once they're glued.
Sticking.
So I'm going to go in there.
Are we changing this one?
I think it would be cool if this one comes out in that direction.
That direction.
Yeah.
Does it come under this or on top of it?
I think it could come out on top.
Okay.
So we're just going to glue the base of this and stick it right in here at this angle. And then we're going to add a little more glue here.
And some moss on
And
it.
we're going to put some moss on it. So we don't even need a piece that big. This little piece right here.
Well, I was thinking here.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Start covering that.
There we go. And then I'm just going to do the tiniest scallop there.
Oh, so it hangs onto that.
And that's going to hang on to that.
Do you want to do in there?
Yeah. Just want to make sure we are protecting your beautiful
And again, I
kitchen
love
table.
it because the picture is coming out of the frame. It's actually on the frame.
Go here.
I guess you find out, do you want to do these?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to hold that one for a little longer. It's still wiggling. So yeah, that's left over. We can certainly use some more if we want to of that.
Do you want to start sticking it in there and I'll push?
Here, let's use, feel free to use a little bit more of that style now that we changed our orientation. And I think we were using some of this down there too.
Okay.
So we're going to go down.
Under here. Yikes.
Yep. Watch out. And don't forget your stick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What kind do we want to go underneath here?
I think it's nice if we add some more of that reindeer moss. So we can add the white.
But that requires a lot right there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so. Oh, someone's on the bark. Sorry, little guy. It's getting hot. Run away. All right, here we go.
I guess you'll find out what's not glued when you go to hang it.
So we're going to do something called the tap test.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is something that always happens in a lot of the time, anytime you're like gluing moss or natural materials. Okay. And if something's not steady, as we keep going through and glue, then it will actually make it a lot more steady. So that.
Where's this piece de resistance? I'll let you keep going. I just saw it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a
hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's the last thing.
You have a new calling, Ruth. Yeah, join me making moss walls at work. And look at how fast this came together with somebody. Yeah. I mean, have you ever made one of these before, Ruth?
No, I have not.
Oh, there you go. And we just made one so quickly.
We've got a whole section over here that's not done. This is not done, and then we have
perfect. Now you see how that moss just came off of itself?
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. You just literally glue it back on top.
Do we need? So I'm going to let you see the spot.
Yeah.
You tell me how much.
I think we need some more bark going on in here.
Okay. Do you want some moss under that bark? Because like you can see through right there.
That's where, so you can get more out if you want to, but we're at this point. Whoop, you okay?
Yep.
We're at the point where we can start using crumbles.
Okay. Well, let's use crumbles. And to your point, there went my skin.
Yep. It is
it is hot.
It is brutal. Can you imagine being in a little workshop and just doing this?
No. Use a stick.
Use the stick.
Here, I'll lift that.
Or what we will have in our next hot glue task is silicone fingertips.
That's right.
So that's what I use at work. I'm not even joking. Do you really? All my fingers have like little silicone fingertips.
We had another FYI. Hang on, there's glue sticking up on all of this. We had another stick over here, so we need to look at our picture.
Let's take out our photo.
Right there. Oh. No, it's right there.
You okay though?
Yeah, I'm good.
So we had another stick coming this way.
You want to put some glue there?
Yeah. Here, I'll do it.
Oh, you got it. Oh, I don't care. I cook.
Oh, I know. Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
I have burned all of these things. Wow.
Right. So now we just kind of want to go around.
And make sure all the edges.
And make sure all the edges are done.
Give me some up here.
I jokingly call this at work underwear. You don't want to see any underwear.
That's
right. Make sure you're fully clothed.
Right there. I've got some.
There you go.
Maybe not enough. No, you might have to add some. I love it that these are stuck on the outside.
Yeah.
we need some right here?
Sure. And if you're doing this with a friend, 4 eyes are better than 2 when it comes to
Anything right
figuring out where you have holes.
This looks so cool. I have seen this at weddings. I've seen this in stores.
Yeah.
And where are you going to put, do we even need the mushrooms?
We're going to do some mushrooms.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're going to put them on. So I personally like to see my mushrooms hang like they're growing, like you
Okay.
would in nature.
Oh.
Right? So we're going to take this and put this right on the bark. I
So
usually...
you mean like out?
So out. I usually do them in odd numbers. So like that. And then I'm going to just tuck some moss in so you can't see the glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Amazing. I mean, this literally is taking, you see, half hour. I mean, to collect the stuff, maybe a little bit longer. But
Absolutely.
how fun.
But then you can send your kids out.
Yeah. One
into
week
the
have your
yard.
friends over for Mahjong. The next week have them over to do this.
So I like to put my mushrooms like they're growing up the piece.
Okay.
I like to put the gills down.
Gills down.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I just kind of go through, and I like to have them growing
Which one do you
straight
want?
out.
Or do you want this one?
So let's stick one right under. What about that one that I put moss on already?
This one?
Yeah.
Stick it under this one?
Yeah, we're going to stick it under this one. All right.
Okay.
Up, gills down.
Oh, gills down.
There we go. Perfect.
Tired.
Nothing in nature is perfect, so you might find a
Yeah.
mushroom growing a weird way, especially on the forest floor.
This looks so cool.
One of my favorite moss walls I've seen in person was live in Switzerland on a hike, actually right by where we have in common. On boulders and in between
Yeah.
all of those things are the most beautiful mixes of different mosses with ferns coming out. It's just lovely.
Do you want moss stuck there?
Yeah, we're just going to do a little tough.
I think I've learned.
With the stick.
Oh, with a stick.
Yeah. Because that's hot. That's where you'll really get yourself, is when you're adding these tiny little tufts in between things.
And now the...
There we go.
So cool.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do one more little mushroom. I think up there needs a certain little something. There we go. Perfect.
Trying to figure out where you're wanting him hanging. Do you have an idea already?
Yeah, we're going to hang it off a branch. So we can pick a branch. I kind of like it right here. So it's really a focal point of the piece. I like to leave my leaves on. So we're going to do it just like that. So we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to mess with it.
This is so cool.
So then, when we're letting that dry, we're going to go pick all the hairs, as we call them.
I know, we call these pieces of glue.
Yeah, all the little glue hairs off.
Should I get a paper towel to just wipe this, or no? Because some of it's stuck on there.
You don't need to, because we're going to do a tap test.
Oh, okay.
So the thing with the glue hairs are, if you're like me, and you probably should be wearing glasses, but you're not, you might need to put it in a different light. Exactly. So we're still waiting on. But I usually take it into a different room than the one I make it in and kind of look to see what is there.
But the barn doesn't have a whole lot of light, so nobody will know.
But I really want to put some more stuff over here. We have a lot coming off the frame on that side, but not a lot coming off the frame on this side. So we're just going to do these little moments over here. Yeah, you want to stick that stick there? I love that. Great intuition.
Great intuition. Now we just need a little bit of something to go on top of it.
Crumbs, crumbs.
Do you have enough crumbs?
Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's a big crumb right there. And I do a lot of these for office buildings. So,
because you see them mural size, basically.
Yeah, so I've made a bunch of mural ones.
Yeah.
Doctor's offices, they're really common.
Wow.
Spas, I do a lot at salons as well. You have to think about places that need to be a little more sterile, so they can't have plants that might have insects, and they can't have this or that.
But I can see spas because the natural.
Oh, definitely. So now when this goes, this is going to hang this way. But I'm going to be extra, extra picky because I don't like the way that one looks. So I did the littlest, tiniest bit.
Where?
Right there. See that?
Yep. If there's even a hint of glue showing, she likes to cover it.
Yeah, I do.
I wonder if even a sprig of lavender would be pretty.
Oh, yeah, we can incorporate dried. I do a lot of dried walls.
But I mean, like one piece of color?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
To commemorate our day.
To commemorate our lavender.
Let's cut it.
Unless you don't think.
Let's do it. We'll just tuck it right on the side right there.
Oh, stick.
You'll get into the habit.
Yeah. When I hurt myself enough.
And then you'll be so hurt that you won't need to anymore. You'll be like, it's fine. Lovely. So I see that we have a few more places that just need a little lightening. And what I mean by that is we're going to take the reindeer moss and just add a few crumbs of it around to break up some of these dark greens.
You show me where and I'll put this clump.
Okay. Carefully right up there. So,
are we ready to
hold this up? We're pretty much ready. So let's see. Just gonna add one more thing there. Can't help myself. Sometimes though, when you do art projects, you just need to like put your hands up and walk away too. Like, sometimes.
What's the largest one you've done?
I did a 5 foot by 7 foot one.
Okay.
Which is really lovely. In a huge corporate office downtown. And it's really nice. And we change it per season.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll do like little bits of lavender for summer. And we'll do autumn leaves for fall. Tap, tap, tap.
Wow. It really is.
So we're going to do the tap test for you guys as well. Yep, you'll see holes. So we go tap, 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 tap.
And we're pretty good.
And we're pretty good. We have a few holes now that we're looking in a different light. And a few hairs. But other than that.
I mean.
And see how this just hangs? Isn't that cool?
It is so cool. I love, you know what? We have a couple of holes up there.
Yep, exactly. And that's why you always do the tap test because things are going to settle differently. Mm-hmm. Now, if it was always living like this, you wouldn't need to worry about it.
That is beautiful. This is going to go beautifully in the barn.
All right, where did you see that hole?
I saw there's one
right
here
up there.
And then there's one there.
Perfect.
I can collect this. And then there's one here.
And, you know, it's perfect because you don't want to worry about going on vacation and watering something.
No.
You just kind of want to hang it and forget
even
it.
if you had a small apartment. I mean, you could make a really cool large one over a couch. I mean, you could do.
Now, I really love the one at my house because I have the circular mirror that's
inside
backlit.
of it.
So all of this moss is uplit. Yeah.
This is, I'm going to hold it up again. This is so beautiful. So, again, if you want to see more of what Leslie does, look at Ginger Girl on Instagram. And if you like what you see, please follow us on Hungry for Home on YouTube, where we're going to do lots of these we have crazy projects for the fall and the winter planned. So we hope to see you then. And I hope you give this a shot. Have a great day. Welcome to Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and I've got the fabulous Leslie here. Today we are in our fall series, and she's going to show us how to turn your summer planters into fall planters, how to save as many of those plants as you can, make them perennials, how to make a monochromatic kind of focal with grasses and all sorts of things. So please join us, because it is going to be a fantastic episode. The Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and we are in the fall season, and that's our series. Today I've got Leslie, who might be, and I'm gonna say this, the best designer of pots and floral arrangements, she is a master. And I invited her out today to help me think through changing out my summer pots to fall. So welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Good to see you. All right. So what we have here is a pot, which is right next to my driveway, and it leaves a lot to be desired. It has a lot of dead stuff in it.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
So this happens to so many of us in the summer. It gets hot, then it gets cold. It's either wet or dry, or we go on vacation and things just die.
And this is far from my house, so I don't even get water down to it.
Exactly. Okay. So a lot of times it's good to have that refresh when we get into September. Yeah. So I brought you some goodies that we're going to plant.
This is awesome.
One of the things we're going to go over today is planting a monochromatic moment.
Okay.
So I picked everything that's kind of the same shade. Now this is really nice because so much of our gardens and so much of our landscapes are green. Yeah. So it's nice to have these really bright pops of color that aren't green in your pots. Also, you have parts of your house that are very white. Lots of us have white houses or other colors that would suit really well for having a pop of color next to it.
Yeah. Yes. And these are going to look great with the stone.
Yes, they're going to look really lovely. So you have a lot of good things kind of still in here. It looks like some of your Nepeta from behind actually rooted in.
It does.
Isn't that hilarious?
We put catmint in here, and I guess it just did
rooted
that all by
in.
itself.
So you had some lavender that didn't make it, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens.
Lavender
so we're
never
just going
seems to make it for me.
We're just going to tuck that in. Well, lavender's tricky.
I know it has to have the right soil.
You really have to amend the soil. Now, right here, it looks like you've got some lovely plants with some seeds on it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put it in your wheelbarrow, but we're going to take this and maybe put it somewhere else.
Okay.
So we can have those seeds spread themselves out for the following season.
Okay.
So this looks like a little tut papyrus. Oh. He's probably not going to make it, but we can bring him in as a house plant. Now this beautiful piece of Nepeta that has probably spread itself in here can go somewhere else in your yard.
I think we have a spot where it didn't make it through that drought portion, so let's put that in there.
Perfect. So I'm all about reusing what's in your pot.
I love that.
And we're going to pop this right out. Now typically if you started your season off with fresh potting soil, which it looks like you did, you don't need to replenish your potting soil. Okay. Now if you have old potting soil, you might want to give it a little refresh. Okay. Now, what I would do is just give it a little fertilizer because this is older potting soil. Okay. But you didn't look like you had too much insect damage or anything like that, so I wouldn't really worry too much about that.
Yeah, you've got the roots mostly out.
So I've got the roots mostly out. I'm just going to dig a little bit out because we are going to try to fit a lot into this pot, and I don't think we're going to be able to fit everything.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring you some treasures.
I know.
So we can sprinkle them around.
Thank you.
The other thing we can always do is if you really like the design of a pot, but not everything's going to fit in the pot, you could actually take your tallest plant and plant it behind.
Okay.
So you're still getting the
Oh, I
look.
see what you're saying. You're saying put it behind the entire pot.
Absolutely. So you could do that.
Okay.
We can save it. We can plant it lots of places.
Okay.
This tall thing that I brought for you is called 9 bark.
Okay.
And it gets beautiful flowers.
Okay. I love
And
the
it gets,
color.
Oh, isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It holds up really well in flower arrangements.
Okay.
So there are greens in flower arrangements, but they don't have to be green.
Right.
They can be this color, and maybe
It's
we'll
an
look.
autumnal color.
Maybe we'll look at doing some of our Thanksgiving tables with some of
Yes,
this, which
I love
is super
that
fun.
idea. Okay.
So come back and see us.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we going to start?
So we're going to start with, usually you're going to start with what's in the back, but I don't know if we're going to be able to fit this in. So we're going to just tuck this 9 bark back here.
Do you want me to go get a shovel to put that in behind it? Or do you think
Sure.
it'll go in?
No, let's do it.
Do you want this
I'll
here
be
or do you
happy
want
to
it
plant
somewhere else?
No, let's plant it. I think
Do you
that would be
think
lots
here?
of fun. Yeah.
Or do you think in the backyard?
I think we should plant it here for the minute, and then we can change our minds.
Or let's wait. We'll hold it there and then
All
we'll
right.
figure it out.
So let's do that there. So this is one of my favorite grasses. I love using grasses in planters.
I do too.
So this is going to be our tall bit of burgundy in the back. And it's going to sit right back there. I love the movement. It'll be nice when you have cars driving past. It'll
love
just
it.
swish a little bit. And then you can actually braid your grass in planters, which is so fun. And one of the reasons I love doing this color scheme is because a little further into the season, when it starts to cool down, I like to use a white pumpkin and stick it in the planter.
Stick it in the,
and this color assortment goes really well with white pumpkins.
Okay.
So
Now
we're
do we
gonna
need to take this out?
we're gonna take this out of its pot. And we're gonna break up the roots because this guy is super root bound.
Do you want me to go get my...
Hori hori?
Yeah.
You can if you want to, or I don't mind getting a little dirty.
It isn't the dirt. I just felt that. That is hard as a rock.
It is hard.
I'll go get my hori hori.
All right, sounds great.
Do you want me to get anything else while I'm getting that?
No, I think that should be it.
You can keep explaining.
So we're gonna stick this one towards the back. Whenever you're planting on a corner of a house, I kind of like to match where this is going. So it's gonna go right here matching this corner. And then I'm bringing it up to the line of the pot right here. So she's gonna bring us the hori hori so we can break up some roots. And we can talk about what else we are going to be sticking in here. Now, this is a gorgeous echinacea or cone flower. It is a native plant, which is wonderful for our pollinators. You'll see a lot of goldfinch action on this all winter long. They'll come and take all the seeds. So it's super fun to see from your window if you're kind of far to look out and see all the birds. So this will be this lovely pop of color, and that's going to end up going right here. The next plant we're going to use is called celosia. It's a kind of amaranth, and it has this really gorgeous, vivid pop of color. It also makes for a fabulous dried flower. Now, this is an annual, however, it will seed itself everywhere. You'll be weeding it out. So I've had even brides come to our property and have it in a bouquet, and they just walk through the property and the seeds come down, and literally you can see where the bride was from the patch of amaranth that grows in her path the following year. So we'll stick this somewhere in here. It's kind of fun to like tuck a little bit of these pops of color in the back because they kind of lighten everything up. We'll also be using coral bells or heuchera. So this is another fabulous native, all in the same color scheme. And then this will be going a little bit towards the front so we can semi-drape over the front of the pot. And here comes Ruth with the hori hori.
It is my favorite gardening tool.
It's the best.
All right. It literally has ridges on this side, and you can cut it on that side. It's like, it's a knife.
It is. And has a bottle opener right there, just in case.
Just in case you need a drink while you're doing it.
Exactly. Oh, perfect. And Bare Bones is a great company. They make fabulous tools. All right, that should be good. And we're just gonna kind of
Rip it off.
rip it apart, but
Do you want
leave
me
some
to-
of it together. There we go. And we're gonna break up all of these roots. All right. So perfect.
Okay.
I like how it kind of sits right there. So then we are going to take the echinacea out. Do it over the wheelbarrow so the dirt stays in our one place and not all over. Now this one has rice hulls on top.
What are those?
So this is what you have on the outside of rice. So when you wash your rice before you cook it, you'll see some of these float up.
Yeah.
This is the shell that's on rice that you use to improve drainage and aeration in the soil.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of going through, this one isn't as root bound, so I'm just kind of going through and getting off some of the excess dirt, giving it a little wiggle so some of the roots can come out and get settled.
I'll tell you what, I was just in Costco yesterday. They already have their Christmas things out.
Oh my gosh.
It's just too soon for me. I can
way too
understand
soon.
fall. You know, we're in fall, but winter is not here.
I love to live in the season I'm in.
Me too.
Which is why gardening's so nice, because a lot of time, unless you're planning for next year, you're actively planting in the season.
Which one do you want next?
So next, let's do this heuchera.
And how do you determine what you're going to put where?
That is a great question. So I look at growth habit, and I look at the way the colors are. So this one's going to be staying low. I'm going to actually plant it at a slight bit of an angle. Here,
so it
comes out and weeps over a little bit.
Okay.
Which is lovely. But I have my tallest thing in the back.
Yep.
We're gonna do a tall thing, a slightly smaller, and have a waterfall effect because we're next to a building.
Okay. Okay.
You don't want to have that if the plant is being looked at
on all sides.
on all sides.
Got it.
Exactly. So then we have this beautiful celosia. Now this
I love the color.
And this is an edible plant. You can eat the new leaves.
The flowers?
You can eat the flowers. Some people will make like a tea with the flowers. It
Wow.
also makes a great dye.
Okay.
But the new leaves are really what a lot of people eat in salads.
Okay.
And it's really just a beautiful plant. So, and it will self-seed like crazy, like we were just talking about.
What do you enjoy working on the most? Because you're so talented in all of these.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love getting my hands dirty, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
I love doing pots. I love doing fountains. That's a huge passion of mine.
But what does your husband call you?
Lofty Goal Leslie.
Lofty Goal Leslie, because literally she'll be in bed at night and she'll have a huge inspiration. And if you continue to watch this fall with what we're doing, I think we're going to be doing something with a lot of pumpkins.
A lot of pumpkins.
And she's been coming up with these ideas as she's falling asleep at night, and he calls her Lofty Leslie. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'll just make like a shared note
That's
and constantly be
We
pinging
do. We have
her.
a shared note, and she lets me know what she's going to do. All right, let's see.
So we're gonna take this one out next. So this is lobelia, cardinal flower.
Okay.
This gets a beautiful red flower, but it has that same color foliage that we're trying to highlight here. And this is a fabulous native as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have this guy, same thing that I did with that one, but we're gonna put it slightly further back.
But it's tilted?
But it's gonna be slightly tilted.
Okay.
And then that way when people come up your driveway,
They
you
see
get this
something.
nice bold color.
Okay.
And actually I'm gonna put that one, I change my mind all the time when I do planters too. I'm like, I don't like the way that plant sits. And it can be any individual plant. Might just not sit the right way, but its buddy sat perfectly. So same thing with this guy.
And it's got all that rice hull on it.
All the rice hulls. This one's slightly more sandy. Well, we're gonna just break up the bottom of the roots, get this one all situated.
And you're saying all of these, when they die, I can actually replant somewhere for them to come back next year.
You can. So some people will leave perennials in pots.
Right.
Now, that lessens the chance of them coming back.
Right, because in the winter, it's going to...
Which you never know with the winters where we live what it's going to be.
Right.
So what I like we talked about in our spring episode, is planting the plants in a family.
Right, so that you can move the whole family somewhere else.
The whole family.
Yeah.
So this is a great start to a garden. You've got a lot of natives going on in this one. So, find a sunny spot.
Yeah.
And plant this
as a family.
And then we'll maybe redo it for winter.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna get this one nestled in.
Now, is this hole left for this or not a hole?
So I am actually, this guy's here. What we're gonna do is I have one more plant
Oh, yes.
over here.
I'll put this back in this pot.
Perfect. That I just picked up a little cute petunia hybrid to go in the front. This looks like a petunia crossed with a calibrachoa, which is a million bells.
I mean, this is beautiful.
And they're really fabulous. I've actually had these come back for me the following year. I've had these out in my garden blooming in the middle of January.
Wow.
So we're just gonna kind of tuck this in as well because this is gonna grow
Out.
and down. So, and then we're gonna kind of just shift things.
Do you want this in there or no?
I do. I think
You tell me. and
that
I'll
we're
put
gonna
it-
plant it back here. So
Okay.
we're gonna shift this one forward a little bit.
Just like that.
Yeah, perfect. And then we'll fill in with a little extra soil. Now,
and I've
if
got
you
some
want,
water.
perfect.
You tell me.
If you wanted this to be in your planter or in the back, just to add that little bit of accent, this is where it would sit. But we can always go plant this anywhere else.
It's stunning.
There we go. We'll just tuck it in. But something that I always like to do,
Yeah.
you know how they say if you want a tattoo, which, you know, to each their own, get the temporary tattoo version of
Yes.
it and sit with it for a
Sit
few
for-
weeks.
I wish people could sit with it. Now, maybe some people will like it forever, but I mean, if I ever did anything, I would probably do a little A to the fifth since all my kids
oh, beautiful.
start with an A.
Yeah, I love
and it would go
that.
under a ring. But I would want to sit with it for a long time and then decide. But-
Exactly. So one of the things you can do in your garden, and I suggest this to people with a lot of big garden design, get the plants, have them in pots, put them in place, put it there, sit, take it all in, take
Yeah.
a few deep breaths, come out with your coffee. Do you still like it?
Okay.
Do you want to fiddle with it?
But it's still in a pot, so
But it's
you're
still
not
in
in
a
a
pot,
problem.
so you can move it.
Well, I have water so that I can water
Perfect.
this. Hang
So
on.
there you go. You can just have that there and sit with it. Now what that will do, the growth pattern of this it will get big. So it'll come up to here. So it's just something to consider. It has white flowers. But the other thing is we can plant it in the garden where we might think this plant
Could
family
go.
could go.
I love it. What are your favorite colors to work with in the fall? I
So-
do love the monochromatic, which is what we're talking
Yeah.
about. I wouldn't do all sorts of, well,
It can
you just have to know what you're looking for.
And fall can get busy. So if
Yes.
you do pinks, oranges, reds, yellow, it can get busy really quickly. So I like to use things that are kind of working in harmony. I try to pick 3 bold colors to work with.
Okay.
A lot of times they will actually do colors that contrast each other. So I'll choose a bluegrass and go with orange flowers, or I'll
Okay.
choose purple and maybe not yellow because that's a little bit Eastery.
But I love that you're using the leaf color as your choices, right? So you've got the dark purple.
Yes.
And then you have the light green.
yeah.
You know, I love it.
And then these have the pops of orange that will come later in the season to this.
I mean, look at the center. Look at these green centers.
It's really beautiful.
Those are stunning. I mean, God's creation is pretty stunning. And
you'll
how often will I need to water this pot?
So I typically, when you first plant it, if it's warm, which all of a sudden it's not,
Right?
you want to be watering it every day. And then
Okay.
you lessen your watering as it gets cooler
Cooler.
and as it gets more established.
Okay.
So typically for like the first week, I suggest
Okay.
to
Okay.
water it every day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I so appreciate you coming.
Oh my
and I
gosh, of
have to tell
course.
you, come back for more of Leslie because she is getting ready in her brain
Yeah.
to do magical things on this property for the fall and for the winter, and things that you're going to be able to replicate at your own house or on your own front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, things that are special that you haven't seen before. So thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you next time.
See you soon. Yay! All right, so we start
start with
Soil.
the soil. Okay,
Just
you
go
can
ahead.
jump it.
Yep. Here, you take it and just do this in the old soil. That's fine as long as it's clean and nice like this. Just a little bit of soil to add a bit of texture, help the moisture stay in. That's right.
Can I hand you this for over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be able to put it in.
Yep. And we're trying not to stand
Step on all the catmint that we
catmint.
planted.
which we have found is one of the best things for this
And it looks like
property.
lavender, which is why I love it. And lavender doesn't do well here.
No,
All right.
just in a few places.
Do we need more?
I think it's good. Maybe a little
Okay.
bit more. Okay.
All right. So this first plant, go ahead.
Always height at the back. So chose a caladium, which is a really versatile plant. It is totally shade plant,
bottom.
and it comes in many colors. This wonderful color for a dark area. It also comes in greens, red veins, pink grains. It's fabulous, and Ruth knows what you want to do when you get these annuals. These are all annuals. You just want to do this with it because it's probably pot bound from being planted in March or even before. And this is going in the middle, and we're going to make a hole, Ruth. If you want to look at your window, make a nice hole there.
Towards the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be exact because it is an annual, so we're not worried about how we do it.
And oftentimes what we've done is we've put tall, fun grasses in the
Yes.
back. But I think
find any.
she couldn't find any this year. So we're going to do this.
I look at the nurseries a lot, as does Ruth, and we may find the tall grasses, and we can always add as time goes on because it's a whole summer in front of us.
Well, she was the first one who taught me that grasses in one of these window boxes are really cool and different.
Yeah, this will come awfully big. You're going to love it. It's going to get that big and come over like an umbrella,
Perfect.
which is a really neat look, actually. So now we're going to put in our colors, and these are begonias. Couldn't get the white ones, so I got peach and pink, which is actually a very hot combination in Chelsea this year. There's a lot of peach and pink.
Where am I
And I would put this at the end so it hangs over, because this
So this
hangs.
hangs? This
It's
one
a
hangs?
hanger, that one.
Okay.
That's right.
All the way at the end?
All the way at the end.
Okay.
And did you notice how Ruth hit the soil out? That's really important. It's great because there's never any room in these window boxes, and you don't need all that soil because it's not a perennial. Great job. We can put more soil.
More soil in it
Yeah.
at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then the next color is pink, and it's going to go here because we're going to put green in between.
Okay.
And I think we will put more soil in.
It's always been daunting to do windows for me.
I know. They're not easy. And we can this is why we take the soil off. We want to put something here as well. So let's put another one of the hanging ones on this side.
So this is going to go here.
Yep. And just make sure that that is dry. We need to water it. Just make sure the plant looks the best way so you see the most flower.
Oh, okay. Can you hold
Like
that
that.
for a second?
Yep. And we are going to have to put some more soil in.
Yeah. So these are Silva bulb.
They
Okay.
are a begonia.
And they're a begonia, and they're a good filler. So, and I like the color. So I love to mix colors with the leaves. So where are these going?
I'm going to put them here, I think. And don't worry if you think it's overstuffed. It's going to look incredible once it's about another 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
You'll
we are
see
going to
a
have to add
difference.
more soil.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this last one?
This is Dichondra silver belled, a wonderful thing to put around
I
planters.
mean, couldn't you listen to that?
It
that
drapes.
voice all the time. Dichondra silver bells. Okay.
Isn't it pretty?
It's pretty.
Blue, green, a great combination.
Do I take the bottom off
Yeah,
again?
take the bottom, fiddle it all with your fingers.
Yeah.
That's the
okay.
beautiful thing about gardening. Just fiddle and then put it in the middle.
In the middle, like right
Yes.
here.
Now, you could do 2 more of them here for design, which we may go ahead and do, but this is the basic look. You've got the triangle height and the square here with stuff hanging down. That's really a great look that you use on a window box. And also a window box, this particular plant combination is going to get big and very full and look really neat up against this gorgeous grey wood of the barn.